Menstrual cycles, birth control pills, and a... Oh my. I know. Oh my. Clementine, please stay. If you don't stay in the video, no one's gonna watch it. You literally look like your baby Jesus, and I'm Mother Mary. Hi everyone! I'm reaping the benefits of living on my own now, not being afraid to say anything too loud for the fear that my parents can hear. Don't care that much if my neighbors can hear me. The one spot in my apartment that I can hear my neighbors is in the kitchen, by the fan, above the stove, very clearly. I can hear full-on conversations. I know. We've heard some nasty things, Clementine, I know. When I was growing up, the way that I got a lot of my information on periods and birth control and sex and abortions and etc., 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 is literally through the internet. I literally would look up people kissing on various websites. I asked you guys on my Instagram, which is at Nicole Rafiee. Go follow me on there so you can participate in these in the future. Also, I post some fun little stories on there, if I do say so myself. And I asked you guys to ask me some silly little questions. They're not silly, and they're not little. They're very important questions, but I like to call anything silly and little. Oh my god, my silly little birth control. No judgment allowed in the fucking comments. If you're gonna be a little asshole down there to anyone, I'm blocked! You know how painful it is to be blocked by the Nikki Nasty? You never recover from that. Birth control you currently use and why. There's a lot of stigma around birth control pills right now. Let's talk about birth control. I'm currently on birth control pills and I've been on them since I was like 12 or 13. When I was around that age, I remember having really severe lower stomach pain and I thought it was an appendicitis. My mom had an appendicitis and she was saying that it was similar pain and I was really scared. Then I had to get my first ultrasound. It ended up being ovarian cysts. So I've been on birth control ever since because I was referred to a gynecologist after, you know, getting these ovarian cysts. I've been going to a gynecologist since then, which is really nice because I know a lot of people are so scared of the gynecologist. So I'm here to reassure you it's not that scary, but I'll be getting that later on into the video. I got put on birth control because birth control can help stop the cysts from forming. Since being on birth control, I have not had any cysts. I've had some scares and I went for ultrasounds and nothing. I switched pills like a couple times throughout the years just for various reasons, but there's such a weird stigma, especially right now, about birth control online, about how it's unnatural. Newsflash. What the fuck does natural mean? If you want to prevent pregnancy, birth control is a great option. If you're wanting to prevent cysts, birth control is a great option. If you want to go on birth control and you and your doctor see it as fit, then it's a great option. I don't like people playing doctor on TikTok and telling other people that birth control is bad for you. Of course, there's negative side effects to any type of medication that you can take, but don't let people scare you out of a medication that your doctor agrees is the right decision for you and your body. Since being on birth control pills, there's no side effects that I know of that I personally feel. I'm currently on like low estrogen. I like the pill because I'm used to taking it. I have an alarm on my phone that goes off at 8 p.m. every single day, and I love being out in public, and every person who takes birth control around me's alarm is going off all at the same time. Everyone's experience is unique and personal, but I don't really have anything bad to say about birth control pills myself. Thoughts on the social construct of virginity? I don't have any thoughts about it because what is virginity? I wish that I never cared about it so much, like growing up, like, oh my god, I'm a virgin. Oh my god, losing my virginity. I'll keep it short because everyone kind of says the same thing. It's a construct. Well, what is it? You don't lose something. It didn't go away. It's not gone. How to accept adult weight gain? I love this question. This person was referring to the second puberty. So a lot of people will go through a second puberty where they'll gain weight. Maybe their hips will get bigger. Maybe their yabos will get bigger. Did you know that in the Disney Channel movie, Halloween Town, that they use the word yabos to reference boobs?
I couldn't wear anything like that because I don't have any, what do you call them, Max? Yabos? Max likes her yabos. In fact, he loves them.
I didn't know that until a couple years ago when I was rewatching Halloween Town. I'm like, holy fuck, and now I can't stop referring to everything as yabos. I had adult weight gain. My hips fold out, my thighs got bigger, my yabos. It happens and it's normal, and I know at the time, like, it can be very jarring, like, oh my god, I'm gaining weight, oh my god, this is uncomfortable, this is new to me, whatever. And I don't view gaining weight as a bad thing or like I just view everything as neutral. So whatever my body does, I'm just like, cool, it is doing it. Cool, it's doing its thing. Like it's not me. It's just the little capsule that I'm in. Cool, it's expanding. Oh my God. That is my thought process. I know it's difficult for other people to have that thought process as well. I get it. But if anything, I view it as a fun thing. Like, oh my God, new clothes to thrift. Also, since my jean size has just like fluctuated like crazy, I try not to buy jeans during this time because I'm like, I might get juicier in the next few months, so there's really no point in me buying jeans. So I just buy a lot of pants with elastic in them because it is what is most comfortable. And I'm like, okay, this is very juicy friendly. I think it's okay to view it as getting a new like skins in Fortnite. I've never played Fortnite in my life, okay? What I'm trying to say is that you don't have to look at second puberty or adult weight gain as a bad thing. It is just a thing, and it's just what your body is doing. And I think you should say a little thank you to your body. Like, oh my God, thanks for doing your thing that you were kind of meant to do anyway. That's cool. How to deal with sex and intimacy when you have health issues down there. If your partner does not accept you for your health problems, then they suck. You should have a sit down, proper conversation before engaging in sexual intimacy. And you should be like, hey, this is my circumstances. And hopefully they'll be understanding, and then you can find your way to work around it. And if they are not accepting of that, then they're not the right person for you. And you're better off truly alone than with that person. If something hurts, if something's uncomfortable, don't do it. Don't do something that you're not happy or comfortable with, and your partner should be understanding of that. There's plenty of things to do. There's plenty of things to do, okay, in bed. Are abortions banned completely? I'm in Canada, so I don't understand. Okay, so if you didn't know, recently it was leaked. The Supreme Court is considering overturning Roe versus Wade, which basically has helped many things come about in America, such as abortions. If this gets overturned, that means that each state is basically responsible for making their own decisions whether abortions are accessible and legal in each state, which can be a huge, massive issue, especially for a lot of red states, meaning a lot of Republican states that will vote to ban abortions. Which, it's not going to stop abortions, it's just going to stop safe abortions. People will still perform abortions, it just won't be safe. And people will die. I'm going to leave some resources down below. It's a scary time for people with uteruses who, you know, don't want their rights taken away. I understand everyone's anxiety and frustration and stress and anger about this because I am right with you. What is your experience with PMDD like? How are you diagnosed? If you didn't know, PMDD is premenstrual dysphoric disorder, but it can also be categorized as postmenstrual dysphoric disorder. It's basically where mental illnesses can be exacerbated before or after your periods. So some people's depression may worsen significantly before or after their periods. In my situation, my OCD would be literally uncontrollable the week before and the week after my periods, which would leave me with about a week where I felt okay out of the month. The way that I got diagnosed is that I started tracking on a calendar when I felt good and when I didn't feel good, especially when my OCD would be worse. And then that's when I found a pattern where it was like bad before and really bad after. I brought it up to my psychiatrist and also my gynecologist, where they told me, you have PMDD, which is when they put me on an antidepressant that helps my OCD, that also helps with PMDD. And I was also put on a birth control pill that helps with PMDD, but it just didn't work for me. Fuck yeah, no PMDD. Fuck OCD. Fuck it. OCD is banned in this household. How can I stop being insecure about my chest size? Okay, so I grew up being pretty small-chested my whole life. Right now, I don't know. And I don't care. I don't know if you would consider this small or average or whatever. I honestly just don't care. If you're talking about being insecure about smaller yabo size, I can speak to it. It sounds easier than it is, but you truly have to learn how to be body neutral. You can be body positive if that works for you, but me being neutral about my body and being like, okay, this is what it looks like and this is what I was given and I'm just cool with it and I'll work with what I have, to me was a whole lot better than me being like, I love these so much, because I honestly just don't care that much, to be honest. Like, there's some things about my body that I like love. Like, I love my arms. I think I have cool ass arms. Great. I'm body positive about my arms. And I'm just neutral about my yabos. I'm like, yeah, they're cool. They're there. I don't really think about them very often, you know? And that was a lot easier for me rather than trying to like force myself into being like, I love these little yabos. I love them. Getting comfortable bras over really cute ones also helped. I know everyone's like, get really cute bras. I only saw them a couple times in the day. Like, I only lifted up my shirt every so often. I was not going to the bathroom every single time I went and like lifting up my shirt and being like, cool bra. It's way more important for me to get a really, really comfortable bra. Not sponsored, but Naywai bras. Incredible. Airy, the sunny ones, specifically the one without the underwire, incredible. Most comfortable bras of all time. It's what I wear all the time. And that's just how I stopped being insecure about my boobs, because I was like, they're comfy as hell. What do I have to complain about? They feel great. They're being hugged so nicely. Have you had any pregnancy scares, but it was just your birth control being weird? Yes, and I wish more people talked about this. I have. One time I started spotting just randomly in the middle of the month, and I was like, this is it. This is it. Pregnancy. I was like, surely this is the end. I thought I was going to make it out of here without being a teen mom, but here I am in college being a teen mom. I panicked big time, like big time. I ran to the pharmacy, got a pregnancy test, peed on the stick, was not pregnant. Turns out I forgot to take my birth control pill for one day. So I started spotting. So she's finicky. She's a finicky little bitch, all right? I wish more people would talk about their little silly pregnancy scares, because it did not feel little or silly in the moment, okay? It was like, goodbye, YouTube career. I've only made like 5 videos as of now. I've made like a college morning routine and what can I eat in a day, and now suddenly I'm gonna become a mother. How to get over your fear of men. I'm so glad that you asked. I actually just made a podcast episode about this. If you didn't know, I do have a podcast called Talk Nasty to Me, so it is linked down below, and I actually just titled today's new episode, How I'm Getting Over My Fear of Men. I'm learning that I'm actually getting over a lot of my social anxiety when it comes to men. I'm very fearful and scared of men. I feel like I need one of those little jackets where it's like, oh, don't approach me, nervous. I get very scared. I can't make eye contact. I get very nervous. It's very just difficult for me, and it's something I'm like really trying to work towards. And something that I found that is actually like helping me is working with men. For example, one of my psychiatrists is a man. It might not seem like a big deal, but telling this man the little details and twisted ideas of my mind and looking him straight in the eye and being like, I am fearful of men and I don't trust you, I'm working through it, has actually been very helpful. He's been very kind about that. The other day, I actually got trained at the gym by a man, which that's never happened before. And looking that man straight into the eyes and feeling powerful in that moment, knowing he cannot hurt me in public around all these people because he will be facing repercussions, it helped a lot. I'm actually just performing my own exposure therapy by looking men in the eye and paying them too much money, a lot of money. Oh my God. I have no idea how to figure out my sexuality. Here's the thing. You don't have to. I mean, truly, you don't have to. You don't have to slap a label onto it. We live in a world that loves labels, and for some people it helps them immensely. But if you don't want to put a label on your sexuality, on anything that has to pertain to you, you don't have to. I don't. I haven't. I get plenty of comments of people being like, do you listen to Girl in Red? Are you bisexual? Are you pansexual? And I don't have an answer, nor do I need to answer, because simply it is no one's business. It doesn't matter. And I don't put a label on that in my life. Sexuality is so complex, and for some people it comes to them so naturally and so easily. But I gave myself more stress and anxiety and pressure by trying to put some sort of label onto it. And that's just not how all people work. That's not how I work. So anyway, I'm nervous about going to the gyno for the first time. Here's the best part. Your gynecologist has seen plenty of vaginas, okay? If you are scared about that part of it, like opening yourself up for your gynecologist doesn't care, because they have seen hundreds, if not thousands. Hopefully, your gynecologist will just start conversation with you. The first time that I went in for an internal examination, they started talking about what kind of coffee I like. So if your gynecologist doesn't do that, just spark up a conversation. Make a joke. Usually they'll do a breast exam, so they'll just feel around to see if they feel any lumps or anything there. They've also touched many a breasts, okay? They're not going to look at you judgingly. They're not going to criticize you. They're not going to really say much of anything unless it pertains to you medically. And if they do comment on you that is not in a medical sense, you need to do something about that, as in report them. I've been very lucky with my experience at the gynecologist. I literally just went last week. She took a look inside. She sticks your fingers in, tries to feel around, pushes on your belly a little bit, puts a thing that kind of looks like a garlic crusher in you, opens you up, takes a peek inside. Maybe she'll do a pap smear if you're going to do one. Maybe she'll do an STD test if you're going to do one. And then you're on your merry way. If I can show my vagina to several doctors at this point, you can too. That's going to be my next video. I showed my vagina to the doctor and how you can too. If you want kids, when would you want them? Okay, so this is like a personal question for me. Here's the thing. I don't know if I want kids. And I'm kind of leaning towards no. And that's a tough pill to swallow because I always told myself throughout the years, one day I will feel more maternal. And people told me that growing up all the time. One day when you're older, when you're in your 20s, you're going to feel that maternal instinct. You're going to get baby fever. You're going to see a child and feel like you need that. And I've never felt that feeling. When I was growing up, I played with stuffed animals. I didn't play with baby dolls. I just am not naturally drawn to the babies. I'm naturally drawn to my little porcelain Cupid babies, but not real babies. And I wish also more people talked about that because I do feel pretty alone on that, about not really knowing if I want to have kids as someone who's in a relationship with a man. And everyone's like, oh, you need to give your mom grandkids. It's like, okay, fuck my feelings, right? If I were to have kids anytime in the future, it won't be anytime soon because I can tell you right now I don't want that. How do you deal with shaving/waxing? Here's the thing, you only have to do that if you want to. I do love Philadelphia for this reason, and that is that not many people shave, and it's very nice to see. Shaving/waxing, it's not a necessity. It's only if you personally feel like you need to remove body hair, okay? There are plenty of people in this world, specifically men, who get to have body hair all the time and they're not seen as unhygienic or weird. And now, living in Philadelphia, I see body hair all the time. It's just natural. I say Philadelphia as if it's the hub of armpit hair, but it kind of is. Personally for me, I dealt with folliculitis. I've been to dermatologists for years about this, where basically my hair follicles would get infected. No matter what I did, shaving was not an option for me. Waxing got expensive and very painful. I just got so sick of it that I told myself last summer that I was going to start laser hair removal treatment to get rid of my hair because I just could not tolerate the pain anymore. Body hair does not bother me, and if it weren't for all the pain that I was dealing, growing it out was also not an option. I have very thick, coarse hair. So Middle Eastern things, if I were to keep it, I would just get full-on rashes. It was just not an option for me. So I'm currently almost done with treatments. Maybe I'll do a video about it once I'm done with it, if anyone's interested, but I'm very happy with my decision and I'm on my dolphin journey, and I love being able to text everyone after I'm done with my session being like, just got my butthole lasered. My armpits also look great. How to buy sex toys without people finding out. Here's how easy it is. You don't want to buy it online. You don't want to like order it to your house or anything. Here's how simple it is. Go into Target. You go into the aisle where they have all the tampons and pads and menstrual products. There are sex toys at Target. I know you bitches love your Target runs. And guess what? No one's gonna give a shit if you go to self-checkout. If you're feeling a little nervy and just don't want people to recognize you, you can wear a mask, you can wear a hat, you can wear your little sunglasses. You can pull a Joe from you and just go out anonymous out in public. I did it and it was so easy. Target should advertise themselves as a sex shop because of how easy it is to get a sex toy from there. What am I supposed to do about discharge? Let it flow, baby. Okay? You can wear panty liners if you want on a heavier day, but it's absolutely not necessary. It's completely normal, and you can just let her flow. Your body's simply just cleaning itself out. We're gonna put ourselves on spin cycle, let's clean ourselves out, and then discharge is born. Congrats. How do I maintain hygienic habits when I'm overwhelmed? It's the last thing on my agenda. I'm happy that you asked this question because especially when people's mental health is lacking, so can personal hygiene. People love to accept the palatable things about mental health struggles, like laying in bed or skipping meals. But people don't like you when you have mental health struggles and maybe you haven't showered in a week, you know? The thing that personally helps me when it comes to that kind of stuff where it becomes like an issue, like, oh my God, I don't want to get out of bed and shower or brush my teeth or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For me, this helps for me is I love to-do lists. I love having a fucking to-do list, and I make one the night before because I love taking a little red marker and crossing everything that I've ever done out. And I like to write the littlest things on there. As little as feed my cat. Even though it's like instinct at this point that I do it, I still like to put it because it makes me feel like I accomplished something. Take your morning vitamins. Okay, cross it off. I feel accomplished. Make your bed. And then on there, you can add your personal hygiene tasks to make yourself feel accomplished no matter how big or small they might be. So if you want to write down, brush your teeth, and then cross it out, do that shit, whatever works for you. If you are someone who likes list making, I hope that works for you. The last question that I'm going to answer is, hot girls with IBS tips. Do you know what has helped me tremendously? Is having a bidet. I wish that this video was sponsored, but it's not. Having a bidet and having IBS has helped me so tremendously. I don't have rug burn on my asshole anymore because I have a bidet. It's even better when you can connect it to your sink and then you can have like heated water. I do not have that luxury. But they also have like portable bidets that you can get online and you fill it up with water and you can do it if you go out. So if I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to a friend's house, but you know, I can tell my IBS is acting up, I can take my portable little bidet with me. Also, baby wipes help. If I know I'm going out or if I'm staying somewhere over the weekend, I will carry a pack of baby wipes with me. I get really embarrassed about the smell from the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, what if I poop in here and then someone walks in directly after? So I carry poopery around with me. They have like little portable ones. You just spray the toilet before you go and then it like creates like a film or something and then you poop and then you can't smell it and it's great. Also, having a little squatty potty. It doesn't necessarily have to be the squatty potty brand. I don't have the squatty potty brand. It's where you can put your feet up so that when you're sitting, you're like in the position in which our bodies can poop most naturally. All these like little things have helped me in my pooping routine. Like I have a morning routine, like I have a skincare routine. I have like an oral hygiene care routine. I have like a hair care routine, a body care routine. Why would I not have a pooping routine? This has helped me immensely with my IBS. It has made it significantly less like embarrassing and troublesome and yada, 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 yada. Get yourself all those things that I mentioned. Happy pooping. Okay, guys, that was it for all the questions for today. I had a lot of fun filming this today. I love getting to talk to you guys and I love talking about things that I actually give a shit about because more people need to talk about their fucking poops or their periods. Or, I don't know, hey, did you ever think that you were pregnant? Tell me about it. Okay, that's gonna end up on Reddit. I'm gonna go eat some dim sum and probably bidet my butthole before I go. I need to go. Bye-bye. Love you. See you later. Bye-bye.